Hello fellow viewers, today this video will cover a topic about n choose r. So basically the formula for n choose r is just n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. So basically we can use this to find a number of sets, but we're not going to focus on that now. We're just going to try some examples. So 8 choose 3. That is one example we can do now. So that will equal to 8 factorial over 3 factorial times 8 minus 3 factorial. And that will give us 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, and it goes on to 3, 2, then 1. And then down here it gives us 3 times 2 times 1. And 8 minus 3 is just 5, so it's 5 factorial. So over here we just start off with 5, 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So that's basically it. So now we just gotta cancel out the common factors here. So 5 is here, so I'm just gonna cancel that out. 4 is somewhere in between there. Just gonna cancel all these terms out. So I end up getting 8 times 7 times 6 over 3 times 2. So we just work it out and you get 56. 8 choose 3 is 56. Now I'm just going to add a second follow-up question. Alright. If n is more than 5, I'm gonna add a page, sorry. Move this down. Okay. If n is more than 5, find the positive integer value of n such that n choose 5 equals to n choose 3. So this, we'll just have to try and work this out. So we need to find the value of n choose 5 first. N factorial over 5 factorial n minus 5 factorial. And then we need to find the value of n choose 3, which is just n factorial over 3 factorial times n minus 3 factorial. So these two will then subsequently equal to one another, because that's what the question states. So now what I'm going to do is to try to isolate the x on one side. So I'm just going to bring the x's to each other. I just realized I said x, but it's actually n. My apologies. So n factorial over n factorial is basically just 1. So we got that down. And 5 factorial is basically just 120. So we got 120, sorry. Got 120 with n minus 5, n minus 6. And it goes on until 3, then 2, then 1. And then we got 3 factorial, which is just 6. And then we've got n minus 3 factorial, which is just n minus 3 times n minus 4 times n minus 5 times n minus 6. It goes on until 3, 2, 1. So we cancel out those which are common. Minus 5, n minus 6, 3, 2, 1, all the way at the back. So now our fraction is going to be 20 over n minus 3 times n minus 4 equal to 1. So now we can use the cross multiplication method. So 20 will equal to n minus 3 times n minus 4. So we're just going to expand these two terms together. So we'll get 20 equals to n squared minus 4n, and then minus 3n, then plus 12. So we will end up getting 20 equals to n squared minus 7n plus 12. So now I just want to find n, so I can use the quadratic formula, but for that to happen I need to bring the 20 over. So make sure the right hand side is 0. So n squared minus 7n minus 8 equals to 0. So now I can use the quadratic formula. N equals use my trusty calculator to help me out. And my n can equal to 8, or my n can equal to -1. But since my n has to be greater than 5, yeah, my n has to be greater than 5. Since n has to be greater than 5, so I'll reject n equals to -1. And therefore, my answer is n equals to 8. Alright, so that's how you do this kind of questions. Okay, let's do one more easier example. Let's try 9 choose 4. So 9 choose 4 is just 9 factorial over 4 factorial times 9 minus 4 factorial, which will just give us 9 factorial over 4 factorial times 5 factorial. So if we work this out, it will be just 9 times 8 times 7, then we just blah blah blah, 3, 2, 1. Over 4 factorial. 4 factorial is basically just 24. Then 5 factorial is basically just 5 times 4 times blah 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 and 3, 2, 1. I don't even know why I had to put those dots in there. So basically we can again cancel out all the terms that are common. 6 is here. There's a 6. We do not cancel out the 6 because we need it. So we end up getting 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 over 24, which will give us 126. So that is our answer for 9 choose 4. Alright, let's do a more complicated one for our last question of the day. Let's try n choose 2. Actually, it doesn't look that complicated, really. Okay, let's do this. N choose 2 is the same as n factorial over 2 factorial times n minus 2 factorial. And if we work this out, we'll just get n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3. And we all know where this goes. 3, 2, 1 over 2 factorial is just 2. And n minus 2 factorial is just n minus 2 times n minus 3 and blah 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 all the way to 3, 2, 1. So we just cancel out common terms. Okay, and we'll get n times n minus 1 over 2. So this is our answer. I mean, you can expand it if you want to, but I prefer to leave it like this. Alright, so that does it for our n choose R today. I hope this video helps you in some way. So goodbye.